Asian parents, they always give you like three options: doctor, engineer, lawyer. When I dropped out of school, I literally had like 2,000 followers. My mom's like, yeah, I don't know where you're going with this. Within 3 months, I went from 2,000 followers to 100,000.
What was it like telling your immigrant parents that you wanted to drop out of university?
Kick her out of the house. They couldn't comprehend the fact that you could make money with art.
3,600 NFTs. You sold them in 3 hours.
Each for 0.18 Ethereum.
So when you price something out for 50,000, what are you basing off that?
After 4 months, I was able to finish it. It took me 150 hours or something.
Do you feel like anyone in art should be as respected as someone who gets a degree?
When you do something you love and you just go for it, it will just work out.
How many of your clients are coming in from Instagram?
I would say like 80%.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like recently I found out like some clients are coming from TikTok as well.
True.
Yeah, just like it's pretty crazy.
Is your biggest audience on Instagram?
Yeah.
Right? But I think you can, were you posting on TikTok at the same rate, or you just kind of started TikTok now?
I started like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like started more serious last year, and it already has like 100,000 followers.
Yeah, I feel like you could blow up on TikTok with your content.
Yeah, because I just like kind of just post everywhere. Like if I post on Instagram, I take it to TikTok and then like to YouTube.
True.
Yeah.
So are you getting many like clients here in Canada?
Yeah, I would say like 30% maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. But like most of my clients are US.
True.
US based, yeah.
I saw you where were you? Chicago as well?
Yeah,
Doing
I did a
there?
mural recently. So I was in Australia and the client messaged me. He's like, hey, we're opening soon this restaurant. Can you come here now? I'm like, I'm in Australia. Can I just come when I like, go to Toronto? You know, it's like right there, 3-hour flight. He's like, no, we need you now. I'm like, okay. So I took a flight. It was a round trip. So I came back to Australia. So I'm in Chicago and my mom calls me. She's like, so can you come to Toronto? Why do you have to go back to Australia? I'm like, I have some work in Australia. Like, I just come there. So I finished one mural and the client's like, yo, we really like it. Can you do another one? We're going to push the opening for you. So I'm like, okay. So we finished 2 murals. They also glow under the UV light, which is pretty cool. And they did the opening and so many people came because I ended up posting the restaurant on my Instagram too. A lot of people came to check out the mural. They ended up tagging me and stuff. It was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there for the opening because I had to leave back.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely such a cool opportunity that I had to.
Wow, you're traveling so much.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go back a bit then. I want to talk more about like you kind of growing up in Canada. At what age did you come here?
I came here when I was 13.
13.
2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you come from? What country?
I came from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were like the early days of you coming here? What do you remember about the first moments of you being here?
I remember just coming and it was just, everything was so new to me because this whole different environment and like culture. I grew up in Colombo, the capital city, but I often go to Jaffna where that's where my parents are from.
Okay.
It's like up north. So like it's totally different culture than what we have here and meeting new people. It was hard to adapt at first for sure because I was like in the mid-range before high school. It was like where everything's just so hard already. But like honestly, I pulled through because the only thing I had was my art, and it was definitely helpful. I remember being in my high school, and I sold my first painting there, so it was definitely like something for me because I don't think I would have had opportunities in Sri Lanka
Really?
as much as I do here, especially because back then as well. We didn't have social media like that where they took it more serious.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like there's more opportunity as well.
Do you remember why your parents wanted to come here?
Yes, because there was war
Okay.
back home, and my mom just did not feel safe being there. So we came with my dad because he's a doctor back home, and we used his points to come here.
You have siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 younger brothers.
And they obviously came as well, yeah?
Yeah, everyone came here.
So you actually started art before you got here?
Yeah. I started painting when I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like in my school. I remember this art competition happened and I got first place. And I was like, oh my God, like, you know, either I'm so good or like people can't paint, you know? That was such a cool experience because that's when I realized I could paint, right? Because I never had a competition with anyone or like competing or anything like that. So I would just always paint at home, draw at home and stuff. I remember my parents always told me when I was 2, I was like scribbling on the walls and stuff.
Really?
And they just let me be. Yeah, so it was just so cool. Just like watching like my old, like looking through my old sketchbooks and stuff, just seeing like the growth. Definitely like something that started in Sri Lanka, I would say.
Is there any like artists in your family? Did you get it from anyone or?
My dad's dad was apparently an artist.
Okay.
Apparently he was really good, and he was a zoologist. But unfortunately, he passed away during the wartime. But and like, also they don't have any of his artwork as well. I really wish I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess your mindset at a younger age, was it that I want to be an artist? Like that's what I want my life to be? Or did you kind of look at it as like, okay, I'm good at this. This is kind of like a hobby. Big shout out to our family at Mint Inc., Canada's top spot for sports cards, trading cards, collectibles, and live hobby experiences. If you're just getting started or you're already deep in the game, they've got it all. Retail packs, high-end boxes, grading, supplies, and they even do daily live shows. Me and Anth actually have started building our own collection. We're stacking Ronaldo cards, grabbing some Funkos, and ripping whatever we got the itch for. You can shop online or roll to their store in Vaughan to rip, trade, and hit up their bi-weekly trade nights. Hit the link in our description below. Use the code MBH5 at checkout for a little bonus from the boys. Big love for Mint Inc. for backing the pod and keeping the hobby scene alive in Toronto.
Growing up, I was just so curious on like what I wanted to do and stuff because obviously like having a dad that's a doctor, he was always like, yeah, you're gonna become a doctor, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like especially like South Asian parents, they always give you like 3 options: doctor, engineer, lawyer. So I like it to say I was given the same 3 options.
Yeah.
It was a bit tough because when I was in university, I was doing math, and like my parents just had this expectation that I would like graduate and just, you know, go that route. But I ended up dropping out to do art full time. And it was just like a bit difficult. It was a challenging time, I would say, for my family, especially because like they couldn't comprehend the fact that you could make money with art, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, when I dropped out of school, I literally had like 2,000 followers, and my mom's like, "Yeah, I don't know where you're going with this."
But you had already sold some, right? Like in high school, you were saying?
Yeah, I sold one painting to my library for like
But
$100.
Of course, but that always opens up your mind to be like,
That's
okay,
exactly what happened. Like
right?
it gave me hope, right? The first painting I sold. So it definitely like opened up my mind. But when I was in university, like I wasn't making much sales. I was just like posting art, like barely like 2,000 followers. But like after I dropped out, it was like so much pressure on me that I just took like those 3 months that I had during the summertime to post every day on social media. I painted a lot of anime stuff. Before that, I was just painting a lot of landscapes and like woman portraits. Okay. They got like, let's say, I think I got like 100 likes on those. And then when I posted like Naruto painting, it got like 1,000 likes. I'm like, okay, maybe this is working. Something about this, right? So that's when I found like my niche back then, where like anime art. Okay. And I painted a lot of anime. And then like within 3 months, I went from 2,000 followers to 100,000. Yeah.
Wait, you said 2 months?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And when was this? What year was this?
2017. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. So you end up going to university.
Yeah.
And okay, do you think is there a moment where you're thinking, I'm going to university, but I don't really want to? Or did it kind of gradually start to build up in you where you're in university, you're like, I don't know if this is for me. And then you kind of make that big decision to drop out.
I remember being in second year and I was like in my lecture and I was like, what am I doing? You know, like I feel like this is not for me. And I was like questioning my life, right? Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, like I was already half-assed in nerd. I was like barely going to classes. I was like, I'm really wasting my time. Okay. And I remember being at York University and I'm like, maybe I'll like go check out the art department, right? So I took one course in art and it was just like art history and stuff. I'm like, bro, it's so boring. I don't want to learn this, you know? Yeah. And I remember being in that class, I'm like, yo, I just have to just tug it out and just do it myself. And I remember checking out like their art studio and I was just like, after my classes are done, I would go there I would sneak up in there and just paint. Right?
Oh, you're sneaking in the studio.
Yeah, I would just say like I'm an art student, just paint in there. They don't really question you because you already have a canvas and everything.
True.
They're like, whatever, she's painting, you know.
Yeah.
So I would just go there and paint because that time I couldn't even afford a studio, so I would just go there, paint, and like come home after, you know, and like post whatever I can. I remember being there, and like I applied for OCAD, and they accepted me. They even like offered to put me in like a one year ahead. Okay. Gave me a grant and everything. And my mom's like, oh, okay, so you're gonna switch, you're not dropping out. And I'm like, nah, I think I'm gonna drop out.
Oh, so they offered that and you still were like, I'm still gonna drop out.
Yeah, because on those 3 months after I blew up and got 100K, and I'm getting all these like custom painting orders from clients from US and stuff, I'm like, well, do I really want to go to art school? You know what I mean? Like, I could just do my business. If I go graduate from art school, I'm probably going to work under another company. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
Do I really want to do that? Because like, I don't like listening to people, so I rather just do this myself. Yeah. So I remember just like blowing up and like getting the 100K. And like one day, I get an email from Coach. The back brand, yeah. So they reached out to me and they're like, oh, we're doing a collaboration with Michael B. Jordan for like Naruto collection, right? And Michael B. Jordan handpicked you and like a couple of others to come down to New York for the Comic-Con to represent the brand and like make some art. I'm like, nah, this has to be a scam, right? Like, I'm like, nah, no way. So I called my cousin. I'm like, he always helps me out with like this kind of stuff. I'll be like, yo, like, can you check this out? See like if it's real legit. And he contacts them and it's legit, right? It's from New York, like their actual department, like Coach main department. So they're like, can you come tomorrow? The Comic-Con's tomorrow. We'll fly you out, whatever.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this is okay. Hold on. Just to give some context, how long of a time were you on your own until this happened? What was it? Months?
No,
you said
literally
3 months.
Couple of months.
Up.
Yeah, literally like after 3 months, I'm like just posting this anime art or whatever. And like, cause it's going viral, it's like it was just reaching a lot of people. And one of them was Michael B. Jordan and Coach or whatever. And yeah, and next day I'm in New York. Took a couple of my people too, and we were there. I was at Comic-Con and like repping like Naruto brand. I made some art of Michael B. Jordan as a Naruto character. And we made some content, posted it. It was cool, like just being there, out there, just like representing something. Yeah. And that was like a sign for me from the universe. It's like you believe something and you go for it. The more stubborn you are, you're gonna get rewarded. So
which we're gonna talk about that because I know you're very into spirituality and also, you know, I'm guessing manifestation and goal setting and alignment and that whole world. But I gotta ask you before we continue the story, what was it like telling your immigrant parents that you wanted to drop out of university? It
was hard. Like, I remember like just making that decision and coming home. I just sent my dad a resignation letter. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like stop, you know, I'm not gonna go anymore. And he calls my mom. He doesn't even message me. He calls my mom. He's like, kick her out of the house.
So who are you more scared of, your dad or your mom?
Probably my dad.
Yeah.
Mom's like super chill. Like she's like my best friend. But like my dad's just like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like he never like hits me. Like I know like South Asian parents, they hit their kids but back home, but even when he yells at me, I just like get so scared. Like it's just something about like, you know, dads, I feel it's like so him just calling my mom saying like, yeah, kick her out of the house or whatever, you know, he was so mad. And then she's like crying and like it was just so chaotic in my house. And I was like, oh my God, this is bad, right? And like in my head I'm like, am I really gonna do this, right? It was a lot of questions because I'm like hurting the people that I love, and between like choosing what I like and like not hurting them, it's just so hard. But like I remember just those 3 days in the beginning was so hard. I was like in bed. My mom told me I didn't even get out of bed. I was just like literally bed rotting. I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember this part because my mom remembers this so well. She even tells me to this day. I guess like when you have trauma, you kind of forget these things, right?
Well, yeah, you try to forget like your body.
I guess that's what happened because I don't remember that. It's like so gray.
Because that's a hard decision. Like a lot of people, they go through life and they'll avoid making those kind of decisions. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, it was one of those.
And it's like, do I want to, you know, pursue something that I know is going to make me happy? Yeah. But at the same time, upset, you know, everyone else around me. I think that's a very hard decision to make. Yeah. But I'm guessing you're very happy now you made that decision.
100%.
Obviously,
Yeah,
right?
like honestly, so happy, and my parents are too. Because I remember being 21 and buying my first property, and they were like, "Oh my god, like it's actually working.
Yeah.
You can actually make money through art." Because like I just think that it's a generational gap, right? Like back then, they did not have social media.
Of course.
They didn't think that it's possible. It wasn't possible because like they didn't have what we have now.
Yeah.
So it was just hard for them to believe that it's actually something that you can do. So when they just need to see it, I feel like, you know, they just care about the kids. They just want to make sure we're doing good. So they once they saw it, they started believing in me more and more.
Was that like a motivation for you to kind of prove to them that the decision you made
I'm
was
like such a stubborn person. Like,
right?
If I want to prove someone wrong, I'll do everything I
Right?
can. It was one of those things. Because like I remember not only my dad doubting me, but like I had like all these relatives, like my uncles and everyone calling my mom, being like, "Hey, why is she doing? Why?"
Because
Because
they're looking at your Instagram now.
Yeah, they're like in school, you know, like is she in school right now? What's going on? Like, you know, she graduated. My mom would take me to like a wedding, like my cousin's wedding or something. They'd be like, "Oh, what is she doing now? Is she graduated?" My mom's like,
She was kind of embarrassed.
yeah, and then
course.
I remember my dad, like I remember one time this article about me released, and the title of the article was like, "Oh, university dropout, JYXDI, like successful or whatever." And my dad calls me, he's like, "Can you delete it? I told my friends you graduated."
Oh my God.
I was like, "No way." He's
Yeah.
probably gonna see this too, but it is what it is.
Was there anything that anyone in particular said that really stuck with you when they were doubting you?
Probably just my own parents, to be honest,
Yeah.
because like they're the ones that's capable of like hurting you, because you know they care about what they say and stuff.
For sure.
But honestly, like they came around real quick. So I feel like till this day, my dad's mom still wants me to like have a degree, because she's just super like strict with them. You know, I think that's why he is the way he is. His 3 kids, 2 of them are doctors, 1 is an engineer. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's like super strict with that side of the world, you know?
Yeah.
So when she sees me, she's like disgusted about me, like, who
know.
am I and stuff like that, right? So
What do you think about that though? Do you think people, because now you're a legitimate artist, right? And there's so many art forms. There's what you do, there's music, there's what we do here too. Do you feel like anyone in art should be as respected as someone who gets a degree,
I think so.
right?
Yeah, because like
It's just a new thing though. I think that's why.
I think it's like each of its own, right?
Yeah.
One person could be good at something that they can't even focus on school. So like I feel like each person's different.
Yeah.
I think like everything's as important as each other, but I feel like it's all coming out now though. Like I feel like more people are getting more creative, they're comfortable posting, which is very good. But I feel like it's our parents didn't not get that opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like my mom's good at cooking, but she never got to share that, right? So I recently got her, made her logo for her cooking stuff.
There you go.
It's called Island Craving. She posts her cooking stuff every day now.
So now she's posting content.
Yeah, it's so cute. And then she's
amazing.
like, "Can you come take this video? Can we add an audio to it?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I think it
show her
was
how
just. I
CapCut
think it
works.
was a world that, you know, and my parents, they're traditional Italian, same kind of thing, very strict with what they wanted me and my sister to do. But I think as the world continues to move on, and you know, now they're on Instagram all day. You know, my mom, I catch her just doom scrolling TikTok. They start to understand it more, and then they open up to say, you know what Jyothee did probably makes sense. We just didn't understand it. And our parents, they're just trying to protect us.
Yeah, 100%.
At the end of the day,
yeah,
right?
it's all for our good interest. But
Right? Okay, so you drop out, you're like, okay, now I have to prove everyone wrong. So that's a great motivation. I love that. I think that's one of the strongest motivators you can have, is wanting to prove someone wrong. And then you just start posting every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
And what are you posting? Like, are you, what are the videos like at that time?
So I remember just posting anime a lot, and then I had this issue for copyright.
Because of the anime that you were...
Yes.
Okay.
So Viz Media, they came and copyright striked me. They own all like the anime stuff like Naruto, One Piece and stuff. So I used to just post all my stuff, paintings and like prints. I also like, one mistake I made was like #sold when I posted my art.
Okay.
So it shows that I sold it, right? Like I'm
And you
making
can't do
money.
that?
Yeah, you can, because copyright. It's their art, you know. Like even though I'm recreating it, it's their design. So I didn't know either. Like this is what happens when you don't go to art school.
True.
Yeah, maybe I should have. But it's one of those things where like I had to learn on my own. It's like one of those ups and downs, but what's the worst part about this? They took my Instagram down for a year. So I lost my Instagram.
At what point was this? Like, how big were you when you lost Instagram?
I had 140,000 followers.
Wow. And you were making a living at that point.
Yeah, but I had Twitter that time. So this is when NFTs were pumping. So
Yes.
I literally switched over to there when my Instagram was gone. I made my own anime series called Spirit Gates and kind of just worked on that and then launched my project. I actually launched 2 projects,
Okay.
sold out. And then I had to get someone to help me get my Instagram back.
Yeah. So we
you
went through
know
that
the
before
drill.
too.
Yeah. Got my account back. And then what's sad about that is like, even though I got it back, when I posted, I only got like 100 likes, 200 likes. Because
kind of like had to
algorithm was dead, right?
Yeah,
so I had to post like every day for a whole year. And I finally got everything up. But last year, just from the one video, I gained like 140,000 followers. So
From one video.
Which
video was
that?
that?
The video of me calling my mom.
Oh, that one. That one's gonna be viral for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I knew that one went viral because I'm at the airport, Toronto Pearson Airport, in the lounge, and this guy comes to me. He's like, "Oh, you're the mortgage girl." I'm like, "Yeah, that is not good." That's how people call it. That's crazy. But that's kind of when I knew like this is like kind of getting out there and stuff. But
you're almost at 400,000 followers now.
Yeah.
I think by the time this releases, you'll be there.
Yeah.
So okay, so you got copyrighted for the Naruto series, and then that makes you just say, okay, well, I'm just gonna create my own anime.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Right? And that was your first kind of series or collection?
My first collection was Dual Soul for
Okay.
NFTs, and my second one is Spirit Gates.
Okay.
A Dual Soul is fully just releasing one a day. It was
Okay.
one-on-ones every day I was releasing, and some of them were auctions.
Sick.
Yeah, and it was on OpenSea, so it was Ethereum network. It was pretty cool watching digital art sell, right? Because I was only used to selling like paintings.
Yeah.
How I got into NFTs, one of my friends messaged me. He's like, "Oh, you should get into NFTs." Like, I'm like, "Bro, you could sell digital art. That's crazy. Like, that doesn't make sense to me." Okay? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I did some research and I found out it's like a token, right? Non-fungible token. And as long as you have a utility attached to it, you can sell it to people. I remember Tory Lanez even selling his NFTs. Yeah.
Didn't he sell it like in like 3 minutes?
Yeah.
He did like a crazy...
And he sold 1 million. Yeah. And he's like, I broke it. I broke the whole system. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's why he's in jail. But
it might be at this point.
I think so. But
yeah, NFTs were huge at that time.
Yeah.
So okay, so what was the utility of yours?
Mine was my first project I launched. It was posters, and people get like canvas prints, like different physical items from me.
Okay, so they buy an NFT, they also get the physical version.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And for my Spirit Gates anime, I released a comic book.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I had like 15 artists that worked with me.
Okay.
And it was a huge team, and because like it's so many panels, and like I couldn't like finish on my own. So I had to hire people, animators, musicians.
Yeah.
Because I was doing animation, like animated NFTs too. It was pretty cool because like barely anyone does animated NFTs. I also did toys, physical toys, like collectibles of my anime characters, which was pretty cool.
Oh, so you're trying a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So, okay, so again, to kind of rewind, when you get the coach deal, was that like your first big, I guess, deal in terms of a brand, but also like the money that they paid you? Was that the first time that you're like, damn, like I got a big check?
Yeah, it's one of those things. And also like the same year is when I got reached out by OVO 40.
Yep.
And Lamar C. Taylor, who's a producer. So I created director of The Weeknd. So it was just like a lot of different artists were reaching out to me during that time too.
And how were you on the business side now? How were you pricing your work? Because I feel like that's a hard thing for artists to do.
Pricing the work?
Yeah.
Initially, I was charging like $300 for like a small portrait or whatever, like any artwork or whatever, small size. And then like after I started getting more and more orders, like when I got to 100K followers, I remember like charging like $2,000, $3,000 per painting.
Okay.
And then obviously like I told myself maybe like every 5 or 10 orders I get, I will raise the price by like $500 or that or some whatever.
Yeah, that's
I was just
fair.
kind of just getting by. I didn't know what I was doing.
I was
Just
gonna say, was anyone helping you on the business side, like saying
all,
like, hey,
all me. Like
wow,
literally, like I feel like my family didn't have any much knowledge on running a business like this, so I just kind of had to learn on my own, just do it.
yeah,
Yeah, it was fun because you get to learn a lot of those all that stuff.
yeah. So what was it like working with OVO40?
It was good. He got a custom shoes for me for his niece, and I painted it and I delivered it to him. Also with a painting of the OVO owl, which I just gave it to him, and I think he liked it because we took a nice picture, and I remember posting it. And during that time, I was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy!"
Yeah,
Because I was such a huge fan of like Drake and stuff,
of
and
course.
it was just something so cool to see because I was only 19 and I
True.
was like, wow, like I just dropped out of school and all these things are coming in. It was just like a good sign for me that this is gonna work out.
Yeah. And are you like, how are you kind of mentally taking this all in terms of like, because you're getting all these good things towards you after you make a hard decision. Was there any, I guess, goal setting involved with this? Or, I'm a big believer in manifestation as well. Like, I really believe that you can attract things in your life. And I'm pretty sure you do believe it. So tell me more about that side of things, spiritually, and how you think that this all came to life.
I think it's like when you do something you love and you just go for it, it will just work out. The universe just makes its way for you, like just kind of helps you out, I feel like. I remember just like every painting that I made, I was just grateful to be able to make them, right? And to have the opportunity to make it for someone else, because they trust me with making a piece and like having it in their house. So I was always grateful for that, and I always believe that gratitude is the biggest, highest vibration in the universe. So I feel like that always works out. And the more you're grateful, the more projects you're gonna get, more opportunities you're gonna have.
Yeah. Yeah, I think gratitude is the most important.
Yeah.
You seem super humble, though, and grateful for everything.
Yeah.
Which leads me to
Thank you.
also ask you about the workshops that you're doing. When does that start? Because obviously now that's kind of, you're taking a step out of just art, and now you're also trying to impact people in a positive way through education, probably through inspiration as well at that point. So when do the workshops start, and what made you want to kind of go in that direction as well?
I remember, I think my first workshop I did was volunteering. I was teaching autistic kids in I think an orphanage in Bali. And
Wow.
yeah, and I remember just working closely with them. They have really crazy artistic talent in terms of like pattern recognition, right? And it was just crazy to me just watching that, and so cool watching their work, because like there's one kid, he was able to draw these like repetitive patterns and no one else could do that, right? Like I can't even do that the way he was doing it. I remember taking a video and it was just like so cool to me, and like they told me that was his first time drawing and painting and stuff, because he never does stuff like that. So it was nice watching how people create ever since I started, and now like I do workshops like everywhere, and like meeting new people and like how they view art is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has their own different way of like drawing and painting and how they perceive the artwork and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's
So
pretty
where
cool.
have you done workshops? Like what countries?
I've done Malaysia, Bali, Canada, US. I think I did Australia a long time ago. Yeah, I did one in a residence home, old residence home,
Cool.
for people. Yeah, yeah. It's I'm doing one in London in next week. So
And how does that compare to like, selling a piece of art versus doing a workshop in terms of like your fulfillment? Like, do you feel happier after a workshop's done or after you create like a cool piece for someone?
yeah, I feel like it's two different things.
Yeah.
Workshop, you see how someone feels creating their own piece, guided by you. I feel like teaching someone how to paint is pretty cool, because like you get to teach them your techniques and they're able to follow it most of the times. Then that's fun. But creating my own piece for someone it's like I have my own creative freedom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like workshop, I have to make sure it's easy for them to do too. I can't do complex stuff, especially if I have like 3 hours to teach. But with like my paintings I make at home, I get to like take my time and do it over time. Sometimes paintings take like 50 hours, 100 hours, depending on like how detailed they are, especially if it's oil paintings, because they're layers, layer work. So yeah, the paintings are different.
It's cool because like I feel like you do a variety of art. Like I feel like you touch upon different ways to create art.
Yeah.
Where, you know, a lot of people are also used to like an artist kind of doing the same style painting over and over, or the same type of portrait. Whereas you kind of just like said, like, I'll kind of just do anything. Like, you know, I see the wedding paintings too. Those are like, that was the first time I saw that style. Like I never even knew that was a thing until I saw you were doing it. The glow in the dark. Then you're like painting, like you're doing a mural for a restaurant. You make toys. NFTs. So speak maybe on that side, because I feel like you never really limit yourself to what you can do in art, where, you know, I've seen artists where they're like, no, like I only do this. Like you can't ask me for this, which I get it too. Like I respect that. But I feel like you took a whole different approach.
I feel like till this day I don't know what my art style is. I think that's what kept me going to like different things. So even if I feel like I found a style, I would just like tell myself, oh, this is just temporary. So just so I don't stick with that, right? So because I want to try new things. I love trying new things. Even like with NFTs, if I just said like, I'm only gonna do physical things, I know so many artists that's against the NFTs, right? I feel like I would have missed out on so much opportunities and money, especially because like there was so much money to be made in that aspect. So I'm so glad that I'm able to try different things. Till this day I do digital art and I give it to clients. I even do hybrid pieces where I would do it on digital first and then print it and then you apply UV paint on it. So for clients who can't afford a full-on oil paintings, I give them hybrid pieces where they can. It's on a lower budget, so it's easier for them to have. It's also quicker for me to make. So if they're on a tighter budget or time, it's perfect. Yeah.
And so you're also doing like, you're appealing to anyone's budget as well.
Exactly.
Right? Which is smart though. And then with NFTs, like, where do you think right now we're at with NFTs? Like, do you still believe in, because obviously there was a huge hype. Right? I think even during the pandemic, there's still a lot of big believers in that space too. But what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on where it's at right now and where it could be, let's say, in the next 5-10 years?
I think NFTs are like crypto. It like comes and goes, but I feel like crypto is like more, I feel like everyone's in crypto rather than NFTs is a bit smaller in the community and space. But I think NFTs is just a beginning. Obviously it pumped in 2020 and like way more than what it is now. But people are still launching projects and there's still people out there buying NFTs and selling NFTs. So I feel like there's still a chance that it will come back. Just like how crypto is, right? I feel like every bull market of crypto, NFTs has a chance of coming back. So I feel like it goes hand in hand, right? If crypto is pumping, because it's pumping, people will go launch projects on NFTs too. Because they're buying with crypto. So
And I want to ask even about social media, because obviously your content does very well.
Thank you.
Like I said, you're close to 400K on IG, which is not easy to do. So why do you think you've had so much success with your content? Like what have you learned about making content that goes viral, and do you think it's all about the art? Are you editing it a certain way? Like what have you learned on that side that could help, let's say, an artist watching this, or just a creator in general that's trying to grow on socials?
I think for me personally, what works is the way I display my art too. As an artist, I'm not just posting my art and like be like, this is my art. I'm actually putting an effort into my shoots where I have a whole team. I have a stylist, I have a makeup artist. So we all just work together to put in one shoot. All this effort goes into that just so that video could go viral, right? So we rent a studio. I'm literally like painting these like Hindu goddesses and gods. And I'm in a sari, like dressed up. So it's like so much effort goes into that. And like I feel like the way you display the video could be art too, not just the painting itself, you know? So I feel like the more effort you put and the more aesthetic it looks, it has the potential of like going viral. And I'm also like diving into my culture more when I do that too.
True.
And it's attracting a lot of those people where like people who are like in the same culture and who like the same similar paintings and stuff like that. So
True. So have you gone back home since you've kind of blown up?
yeah, I go every year.
Sick. And what are they saying over there? Are they excited about what's happening with you?
Yeah, it's crazy because I still have friends there back home, right? So when I visit, they're always like, "Oh, I watched your video, so can you paint something for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I came to relax, but yeah, but it's nice because like yeah, I'm so glad I still keep in touch with my friends back home because we just go back and chill. It's all just like the old times,
Yeah.
back when I was like 12, right? So yeah, I love my country. Just go visiting back and stuff.
What's your mom and dad saying now that you have this success and you know you're making money? It's your full-time job
Yeah.
now, you know. You did it technically.
Mm-hmm.
You did prove them wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So what have they said about that now?
They're happy.
And we've seen the video of you calling your mom, of course. I have to say that. But what are they really saying? Like, you know, how has that felt?
They're happy. But I feel like with parents, there's always something else, you know? Now they're like, yeah, when are you getting married? You know, like there's always something else. And I'm like, well, like just chill, you know? But they know like I just make my own decisions. So they just kind of have to just sit back and wait. But right now, my mom just like travels with me everywhere I go. She actually traveled to 6 countries last year. So just all with me. And I'm happy that I'm able to take her with me to my work, my shoots, just to chill. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And I think they like it now.
Was there any moments? So you've been kind of doing it for, let's say, what, 7 years, 8 years?
Yeah, 10 years now, full
10
time.
years.
Yeah,
Full time.
yeah.
Was there any moment or, I guess, client or commission that you did that went wrong? Or was there any, because it sounds like, you know, someone listening to this story, they're like, okay, she started and ever since then it's just been an amazing life.
Nah.
but was there any moments that, you know, that went wrong or maybe you did feel like was a big challenge for you?
I think when I lost my Instagram, that was a huge one. But before that, I remember when I first started out, I was doing portraits, right? And I'm telling you, my back then, my paintings are not the greatest.
Yeah.
Like how I look back now, I'm just cringing. So it's not good. But like I'm so grateful for all the clients that believed in me and still bought my stuff back then. But I remember doing this one portrait for a client, and I only charged $300. And they did 150 deposit. And I'm like, it's a family portrait, so it's like 4 people or something. I'm already like halfway in, I'm almost done, and I'm showing her, and then she was like, "Oh, it doesn't look like my dad," like stuff like that. She's probably right. It probably didn't, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, like I'm trying my best, you know. And she's like, "Yeah, I don't want this anymore." She's like, "I want my refund." I'm like, bro, like,
Yeah.
and I was just so devastated because I probably spent like 10 hours already, right? So it was
Yeah.
just so hard. But yeah, it was just canceled. That project was canceled, and I was just so sad because I went to my mom and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing portraits anymore. You know, like it's so hard, and I don't want to do it anymore." And then she's like, just you'll be fine. You know, just keep practicing. One day you'll get better." Now I do a lot of portraits, and
So
clients
you
love it.
still
Yeah,
do them, yeah.
yeah, and it's something. Well, it's one of my favorites. Doing portraits because I'm able to paint someone exactly how they look.
How does one get better at doing portraits? Like you're just
gotta
practicing?
keep doing it. Yeah, it's like just like anything. You just to get better, you just have to keep doing it.
You just kept doing portraits over and over until
Yeah,
you're
it's like more and more orders that I got for portraits. The more I did it,
Yeah.
the better I got. And I remember starting oil paintings too. They're better for portraits because you can do really realistic portraits and stuff with oil paint because it's more smooth paint.
True.
Yeah, like now I can do oil paintings, portraits and stuff like that. I could show you after, but I'm doing this one right now.
Was there any other moments that someone didn't like what you made for them?
That's probably that one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else love what I make.
Well, so you're
it
good.
hasn't been, yeah, because I try my best to like make it like how they want it, you know.
Yeah. What's that creative process like with the client? Like, are you kind of taking over full control, or are they kind of telling you?
I think it's half-half.
Okay.
They would tell me what they want. I'm so grateful I have the easygoing clients, and they kind of just trust me, my vision. So they would just tell me what they want, and I would just like make like a rough sketch, show them, And then 99%, they're like, oh, percent of the time, they're like, yo, it's so good. You can go ahead, color it, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just kind of finish it and give it to them. They love it every time. So I'm grateful for that.
I saw you did a piece that I think it was 150 hours.
Yeah. But so many of them. Which one did you?
I think it was one you sold for a pretty good, maybe like $40,000.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about that.
Is it the one that I posted, the peacock one?
I think so.
Yeah.
With the real life peacock.
Yeah, feathers and stuff.
Oh, that's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. It's so big. Like it's like 48 by 60 inches.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So walk us through that, like how that came to be.
I remember just like sandpapering it and like prepping it and stuff. That alone took me like 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're game planning this like at the beginning, like you're kind of breaking it up in sections.
Kind of, like not really. I just kind of go with the flow.
Okay, so you don't even. So when you start, you didn't really know at the start that this is gonna take that long. You're just kind of.
No, I just kind of go with the flow.
Okay.
And like I kind of do it to myself too. I would tell the client, hey, I want to do this extra thing. And he's like, yeah, go for it, you know? And I just do it. He didn't even ask for it. I just do it because like I just want to do it. And it takes me probably another 20 hours, right?
Wow.
But it comes out looking dope, so it's fine, right? But this client actually reached out to me on TikTok. And he's like, hey, I'm looking for this like centerpiece for my home. And he's from Canada too. So I ended up making that. Yeah, it took me 150 hours or something. But after 4 months, I was able to finish it. And
Oh my God.
yeah. And I gave it to him, but yeah, he loved it.
So you're still doing other pieces in between.
Oh yeah, I work on like 10 paintings at the same time, so it's
Really?
like, yeah, it's
That doesn't like confuse, like that doesn't confuse you at all when you're like, okay, I was gonna do this for this painting, now I'm back here.
Nah, I kind of look at it, I know what I want to do, you know. It's,
Yeah.
I think it's just in my head. It's
And how much did you
everything
sell that? How much was that piece worth at the end? Did you sell it to him for?
the peacock?
Yeah.
45,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was that your highest sale?
My highest sale was in NFTs,
Okay.
which is kind of crazy because like it's a digital art, you know.
Of course.
But yeah, that was. I remember selling on my project for Spirit Gates. It was like 150 Ethereum that time.
For one?
No,
For
altogether.
the whole collection?
Yeah, 3,600 NFTs, each for 0.18 Ethereum. So, and then I did
Damn.
auctions in the middle. Yeah, it's crazy.
And how quickly did you sell out the collection?
I think like 3 hours. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on. How many NFTs were there in the collection?
3,600.
So 3,600 NFTs.
Yeah.
You sold them in 3 hours.
Yeah. And I was on Twitter Space, half asleep in Switzerland because I had a live painting show the day before. And like, you know, Twitter Spaces, right?
Of
You're
course.
just talking shit, literally,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
like
yeah.
a bunch of DJs. And I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm launching it today. And I launched it. And I just like sent it, right? And it was just, people were buying it. I'm just like watching this shit sell out. I'm like, well, this is crazy. Like, what they do is like they buy within each other. The community was so big. I had like, I think like 60,000 followers on my Spirit Gates page, and it was just blowing up, and like a lot of people are buying. A lot of people buy, and like just because they bought it, the other people buy, and then they just keep buying within
Yeah,
themselves.
there's like FOMO buying. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, there's only 10 left. Like, now I gotta buy one.
Yeah, and it was on secondary, and they went up to like one ETH, like one NFT was worth one ETH at one point. So people have already made like their money, profits, this and that. So like it was crazy. Like,
Did anyone that bought one message you be like, yo, I made this much? From...
yeah, so many people.
Damn.
Yeah, so many people. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's
okay.
crazy.
What was your reaction like when they sold out? Like, what are you doing? What's happening in your mind?
It was just crazy. I was like with my people that I performed for Switzerland for my live painting, and they were just with me, and they didn't understand what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because it's so foreign to them. It's like
Of
NFTs, right? So they knew I was like launching a project, and I was like, yeah, guys, it's sold out. So they got me a little cake.
Oh, to celebrate.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was so cute. I think it was my birthday that time. I don't remember, but we just celebrated everything together. But And next day I had to leave and come home. And my mom was like, "Yo, what the hell just happened?" Right?
You're just showing her like
Yeah.
your crypto wallet.
Yeah.
She's just like, what is that?
Because she did like, she went to the temple the day before my launch, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pray for you." This and that. So cute. Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
It might
It
have
was so
worked.
cute. Yeah. So definitely like, she's very supportive, and she, even though she doesn't understand it, she like totally tells me, "I trust you. Like I believe in you." This and that. Like that kind of affirmation definitely like, you know, it helps you.
So would you say that moment, and okay, how much ETH did you say the collection sold for in total?
I think around like 150 with like,
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, do you think that moment really changed your career?
Yeah, definitely. It was like a huge lump sum of like, you know, that I saw in like 3 hours. It was crazy to me. Like paintings, like, yeah, like one painting, 45,000 is still good. But like selling digital art in 3 hours like that was just like insane. But like, it's just like the 3 hours, but like it took like 1 year to prep that, right?
Well, I was gonna ask you, how long did it take to build the collection?
Yeah, so it took me like 1 year to build a community. Like I had to like tweet like almost every day about the collection. Like I had so I had a storyline going, right? I made this story about like this character named Akiko, and I made this like character, the story, like I wrote the story basically for the anime comic book. So I was able to do storytelling, and that's how I was able to sell. I think storytelling is very important when it comes to marketing or even like NFT projects. I think it's a good hook to sell.
Yeah. And what did you learn, I guess, from the NFT side of things that maybe after you did that, you started to apply to like the physical pieces? Was there anything that you took from that? Maybe storytelling?
Yeah, that's one of the things. I think another thing I learned is copyright.
True.
Yeah. I think that was a huge one, because that's what shifted me from doing anime art to like the Hindu god art that I do now.
But I think now looking at it, I think you losing your Instagram was probably a blessing.
Exactly.
Because you were forced to go to Twitter.
NFTs, yeah.
Which is the NFT, like, you know, literally the platform for NFTs.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, like everyone here is talking about NFTs. Maybe I should do something about it. So that was actually a blessing.
I feel like, you know, they say everything happens for a reason. It's one of those things.
For real.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was more of a digital space. What was your biggest sale, let's say physically, like with a physical piece?
I would say, I think it was like 55,000. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It was like US dollars, so it was worth a lot more.
Do you remember what that piece was?
Yeah, it was like a Black Panther painting that
Sick.
I made. Yeah.
That's my style. I fuck with
Sick.
that. Yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah, I love Marvel, DC. Honestly, like back then, because I didn't have a style, I still don't, but like I was just painting whatever I saw, right? I would watch a movie and I'm like, so cool, I want to paint it, right? So I would paint it. And then recently when I learned about copyright, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I should be careful, you know, about like selling these things or like even posting them, right? To be very careful. I have to like tag like the original creator of that character and stuff like that. So,
And then on the business side, like, you know, you're making that much money from like one or two pieces or the NFTs. Like, how are you, you know, reinvesting in yourself? Because you're an entrepreneur at the end of the day. You know, you make your own money. You decide what to do with it. How are you in terms of that? What were you learning about? Okay, maybe I gotta save some money. I gotta spend some here and, you know, reinvest in my socials or my team and stuff like that. What were you learning about the business side?
I started trading more now, in crypto and stuff. Because of NFTs, it opened up my mind to like crypto and trading. So I got into trading, and I also started investing in like videographers, for studios, for renting, just like more for my content, my social media. And I got like obviously like upgraded my materials, what I use, like the brushes I used to use before I started blowing up were like from like Walmart and Dollar Store, and like they were still good, but it wasn't efficient, you know. Like I would paint one layer and the paint wouldn't be as thick, so I upgraded my materials. I would buy like more higher quality materials, even though one bottle would be like $30-$40, but it was quicker for me to paint with them. So that's one of the upgrades that I made.
So you're trading crypto.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, what crypto do you like right now?
I always
I know
say
we're in a tough
Ethereum.
market right now. I know,
Yeah.
but
It's always up and down, so like I'm kind of used to it. I've seen
True.
so many of these, but um I would always say Ethereum because like that's where I sold my NFTs, OpenSea, but Bitcoin is one of
Of
them.
course.
Yeah,
Of course.
and Solana, like definitely
What do you think
Solana.
about XRP?
I made fair amount from XRP, so I'm grateful for that, but I'm out.
You're out,
You know
eh?
that
Oh
pump that
my
happened?
God.
I remember being at Wonderland with my cousins, and I'm like, yeah, guys, I just sold everything.
You
I
sold
remember
it all?
that one big pump. Yeah, I sold everything, and yeah, I was like, oh.
I got a lot of XRP.
Okay, I think it might come back. So yeah, I don't know.
You sold all yours.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it got hit. It got hit hard.
Really, I didn't even look at it. After I sell, I don't look back because like just
Yeah.
for mental health, I just don't.
What did you keep any of that Ethereum in a wallet, or did you cash everything out?
No, everything's there. Like,
Yeah?
Yeah. No.
So you just
Everything.
left it.
I just left it. It's still there. I'm just like,
Damn.
yeah. I'm just like, I lost money. Like it went low. Like it's just.
I would
there.
think like, okay, if you make that much Ethereum, maybe you're gonna cash.
Nah, I just like left it.
That's
Yeah.
brave. That's brave. And then you were saying you like a big purchase you made was the house.
Yes, I was 21.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was one of the huge upgrades. But last year I got a pre-construction apartment. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, now I have tenants there, so I feel like it's like, you know, like you can invest in so many different things, physical asset, even buying silver and gold bricks are very smart.
True.
So that's something that, you know, it's smart to get into. Besides that, crypto, I always say crypto, but my mom doesn't like crypto. My dad definitely doesn't like crypto.
Well, I think it's still. I mean, it's crazy to say, but it's still early in crypto. Like it's
Yeah.
still like even my parents, they're just starting to understand the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's a big XRP believer. She
Oh, really?
she believes it. I don't know, Mom. You're watching this. You know, she sold all hers. I'm sorry to say it, but
No, you can't go home today.
My mom's a huge XRP believer.
Yeah.
But I think it's like the social media thing. When you first started the socials,
Yeah.
they're like, "What is this?" And then a
Yeah.
couple years later, now your mom's making videos,
Yeah.
cooking.
Yeah.
So I think with the crypto too, it's gonna take that generation maybe a couple more years, then they'll understand it.
Yeah.
What do you like spelling, like out of all the things that you're doing, the workshops, the trading, the actual pieces, where do you see like you want to spend most of your time, especially like, you know, the next couple of years? What do you enjoy the most?
I love painting. Like
If someone messaged you, "Hey, I want this
painting.
one painting,"
Yeah.
that's
Like,
still your favorite?
kind of, but like what I want to eventually do is paint my own stuff and then sell them.
Okay.
I feel like I could still start doing that, but I'm just always backlogged with clients where like I have people waiting from last year for a painting, so like I still have to finish them, and then by the time I'm done, like I have someone else messaging me, so I always take it. I never say no to it, you know, like doing someone's painting, so I always take them. So maybe one day I have time to like maybe one day paint what I want to paint, and like just, you know.
You're saying like just paint your own collection and sell.
Exactly.
just
Yeah,
sell it.
yeah.
Well, I think you could do that for sure.
Yeah. But like I just don't have time now.
Is there any way that you can like, you know, have people on your team that help you? Like again, I don't really I don't really know. It's not that I don't understand. I don't really know how much work goes into a piece. So can you have someone that like preps the piece for you and then you go in and finish it, or is it not you anymore at that point? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I have someone in my team that comes in like sandpapers my painting, like does like preps the canvas itself with like gesso and like sandpaper and stuff like that. But that's like maybe once in a month job, right? But like everything else I have to do, like painting itself.
Yeah.
I'm like super OCD with my paintings too, so like I don't know if I trust anyone with like doing it, right? Because like I kind of like in my own style and like how I do it. So it's like, and I also don't think it will be authentic if I get someone else to, you know, like touch the painting. And like I feel like clients trust me with like the paintings, and I just have to physically do them.
Yeah.
And I also like taking time lapses, so it's pretty cool watching it from like start to finish.
Yeah.
And I love posting them because it's like so nice to watch it like come to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing that I think, like, what's the biggest thing you've learned about art in the last, let's say, decade of you doing it? And the skill of it.
Biggest thing that I learned, I think you're always gonna get better. So you should be able to raise your price, for that, because you see skill sets getting, better. So I know a lot of artists always undercharge, right? I always tell them, like, don't, because they don't believe that they are able to sell it for that price. There's always a buyer that will come buy it for $40,000 and another buyer that's only going to buy it for $5,000. So you get to pick who you want to sell it to.
True. And I guess you kind of mentioned it, but in your pricing, is it like a mix of how much time you're going to spend based on how big your audience is at the time too? Because you were also saying you were raising your price based on your following.
Based on like how many orders I got.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're basing it off.
So it was kind of with the following too, because like more followers I get, more customers are gonna come to me for
sure.
orders.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. So,
yeah.
So when you price something out for 50,000, what are you basing off that? That's saying, okay, I have 10 orders, but this is also gonna take me 100 hours. Like what goes into it for any artist watching? Because I think that they're probably confused with like, okay, do I base it off how much time, the material, how big I am at the time? There's a couple factors. Yeah.
So the price really varies on like how big the canvas is and how detailed the artwork is. I look at both. So it could be a small piece and it could be like complex design. So it would be more expensive than a big piece and a simple design, right? So it just depends on the size and like how much details the artwork's gonna have, and also the style of the artwork too. That also goes into the detail too. So if someone wants more realistic style artwork, it will take longer than like a more plain abstract design, right? So it depends on all of that.
I saw there was also something you did where every piece was like feeding children.
Yeah.
What was that? That was like a charity?
So I was working with a charity, and where I was like painting each piece, and every time I sold it, I was feeding 100 children.
Wow.
Yeah, during that time.
So is that something that's important to you to continue to kind of give back?
Yeah, so I don't work with that charity anymore because I only did that for a year. Okay. That was a 1 year thing. But when I go back to Sri Lanka every time now, I go and volunteer with like schools and like different orphanages to help conduct like workshops. Yeah. And I'm able to work closely with the kids and paint and also have like meals with them and stuff like that. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
It's important to keep giving back as you keep receiving.
100%.
Yeah. If you were to think back of like when you came to Canada, or maybe even before that, your early thoughts on like what money was and the thoughts about making money. Has that changed now that you now make money doing something you love? Like, what were your original thoughts about money, maybe growing up, and now compare it to now when you're making money, good money too. Talk about that, the NFT collection, that was huge. Pieces for 50, 40,000. Has your concept on making money changed?
I think back then when I was a kid, I wasn't really like, I didn't really think about making money. I just wanted to be happy, just be around my family and just chill with my friends, like I wasn't really into money like that. But growing up, especially my dad was like back home too, because he's working there. So it's just me and my mom in Canada and my brother. So I had to literally just work, right? So I remember getting my first job at this Italian restaurant called Frankie Tomatoes. Have you been there?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. I was a seater in the front. Okay. I lasted a month. I got fired. But
why did you get fired?
I don't know. I think I don't know.
Seating people at the wrong table?
Yeah, I think so. Like they told me to memorize the tables, and I always had this cheat sheet. And then the manager's like, "No, you have to know the tables." I'm like, "Bro, it's been a week. Like, how am I supposed to know this, right?" He's like, "I'll give you 1 more week. You have to memorize it." I'm like, "I'm not good at memorizing stuff, So it was just not working out for me. But after that, I was working with this another company called Pino's Palette, and they do art workshops, sip and paint for people, and I was a art instructor there, and then I left that after like 2 months, and then that's when I started taking like JYXDI more serious and painting and stuff. So that was quite a journey with like making money and stuff, but it's when I started selling my paintings was when I realized that I could price whatever I want. I could make money as I want, you know. So it didn't have to be a certain limit, an hourly payment or anything like that. So that was like such a mind blower to me. Like, it's crazy.
Do you think AI is going to replace a lot of jobs in the next 5 years?
I think so. It's inevitable, you know. But I feel like with AI, like, you just have to adapt or you're gonna get left behind. You know, just like anything in life. Like,
have you been trying to use it for your art at all?
So when clients ask me for certain ideas, and if they're stuck with an idea and like keep on changing it a lot, instead of wasting my time creating a sketch, and I would like show them different concepts that we can potentially do, especially for wall murals, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, can you do this? Can we add this? Can we add this? And I was just like, instead of like just sitting there sketching it out for a wall painting, I'd rather just like quickly generate and be like, hey, is this what you're looking for? Yes. True. And then if they finalize it, then I create it.
True.
On my own, right? So it's just quicker for me to like.
I think you're like you're the definition of like a modern artist, I would say, because again, like I've interviewed a lot of artists as well, and I know a lot of them too, and they're very like, you know, stubborn with the old ways, like, you know, where they would say like, oh, I would never use ChatGPT to come up with a design, and I'm just gonna sit there for 8 hours and think and look at the sky and then draw something, you know. Do you ever, has anyone ever kind of, I guess, tried to put you down that's in the art industry or in the space that's like, yo, like you I don't know. I just feel like it's a very cutthroat industry as well.
It is.
Where it's like, oh, like things have been done like this for 500 years. And now you're coming with your glow in the dark, right? Like you do things that are very modern. I think you've taken your own approach to a lot of the things you do. So has there been any of that?
Many.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost every day I get comments like from random, like it's mostly artists too.
Of course.
Yeah, and like I remember this other graffiti artist. He came and he's like, "Oh, does being hot help sell your art?" I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm like, are you like saying our campaign? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
And then
well, I guess also you're like, to stop you there, like you're a female in the space. There's not many females.
They just don't like it. Like, it's a female like making it with art. They just don't like it, especially guys. Like as an artist,
well, I think that's a jealousy thing, that them knowing that, you know, you're a female in the space. Maybe they haven't blown up yet. You're blowing up. I would just see that as a jealousy.
I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. If I see a female artist, I'd rather follow her than a guy artist, because like it's just nicer to look at. You know? Like, I'd rather look at a girl than a guy. Like it's just nicer. It's an artwork, you know.
Me too. Like I'm not
like
gonna
I
lie.
paint women all day. Like you know, I'd rather paint women than men. Like they just have nice figures. It's prettier.
Yeah.
So it's like it is what it is, right? It's.
So people will come and be like, "Oh, you think because you're a female?"
It's like not just that. Like I have people that comment and be like, "Oh, you're just painting like cartoon pictures of like stuff that's already made." Like it's like they're basically talking about copyright and like how it's not original, this and that. I'm like, client wanted this, and I'm gonna paint it on a wall. You know, I'm not gonna say no to a client just because like it's not original. It's like Pokemon, you know, like
True.
It's if they want it, I'm gonna paint it. I don't care, you know. But like,
but is there a copyright with that? Like if
probably. But
yeah,
we're not gonna talk about that.
Whatever. Now you know you unlocked the whole Twitter side, so you're good. Even if you
oh my god, I can't go back on Twitter now. Like, no, NFTs are dead, so like they're out to kill me out there.
Are they?
They're gonna eat me up.
Hold on, have people messaged you about NFTs?
Oh my god, yeah, like all the time. They're like, oh, so what are you gonna do about the project? Like you're a founder, this and that. I'm like, yo, just because crypto's dumping, NFTs are dumping, I can't do anything. Yeah. They're like, buy the floor, sweep the floor. They want me to like buy back the NFTs that's like low. I'm like, why would I do that?
So people have messaged you with that?
Yeah, and I even bought like 100 NFTs, I think, off my floor. Like, I spent like 4 Ethereum doing that. Like, yeah. So like, just so the floor price would go higher, but it's not an organic way of raising the price. Because after I buy it, they will go sell it. Like,
true.
You know, so like it's kind of useless.
Can't really do that.
You can do so much to like satisfy the community, and it's just not enough. But
well, I think that just goes with like putting yourself out there. Like you said, you're doing so well, you're blowing up, but you're always gonna have people.
Yeah, it's always
it's
always people that's happy and not happy. So you just kind of keep just doing what you want to do.
Do you think that has there been any female artists that you've inspired that have like messaged you and be like
so many, yeah. Like I get even like messages from my male artists too. Everyone actually. So many people saying like emailing me and saying like I dropped out of school, I like left my job today because I wanted to start painting, or I wanted to start music. Different forms of artwork. Definitely something nice to see, because like you never know who you're gonna inspire or motivate, right? Just by posting every day. So that's like really nice to see every day in my DMs.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to manifest something. We ask our guests to manifest something on the show.
Okay.
Because then I'm gonna say, you know, manifest something that you want to come to life in the next 5 to 10 years. The goal is that it comes true, and then I can come back to this episode, clip it, and say, look what she said, she's doing it now. You know, it's happened with many of our guests.
Okay.
So be as detailed as you want.
Okay.
You could look in the camera.
All right.
And manifest something you want to come true.
I'm going to have a farm with a lot of animals, and I'm gonna live there in the farm and paint every day. Paint what I want to paint and just sell them, and it's gonna be somewhere warm for sure.
What animals are gonna be there?
So specific. Sheeps, cows, chickens, bunnies, dogs. Just anything you could imagine. But
and you're gonna be
a lot of farm animals.
You're gonna be making art there.
Yeah.
It's crazy because everyone's goal now in life is to make money so that they can go live on a farm.
Yes, it's go back to the old ways.
We go back to the old way. Like my grandparents grew up on a farm in the middle of Italy, and all they ever wanted was to get out of the farm.
You always want something you can have.
It's
right?
the circle of life.
Yeah.
You know, now we're trying to get back to the farm.
You know what it is? Because I'm starting to realize like all our food and everything has GMO, and like I'm just not having it. You know, like
especially here, like Canada, US, like it's bad.
They're literally like poisoning us.
I know.
I'm even the air. Like I just rather be away from all of this at this point.
Well, I was gonna ask you, do you want to stay in Canada?
No.
Like you said somewhere hot. Like, do you have anywhere in mind?
Somewhere like Australia. I like Australia. It's nice. Maybe Brisbane. It's nice by the beach. It's very consistent weather, like 25, 30 degrees. Or even like back home, Sri Lanka. Like,
True.
Yeah, it always has my heart.
Do you have a lot of family there still?
Yeah, my dad lives there.
Oh, your dad's living there still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's practicing. He's a doctor there, so he still lives there. But he might come to Canada soon. But whatever, I might go back home. And
you're like, yo, don't even come here. I'll come there. I'll come here instead.
Yeah, it's just way nicer there because I used to live by the beach. I literally would walk to the beach. It's 5 minutes away, so it's. I
think as humans, we need to live around water.
Yeah,
like proper.
It's way better. Yeah.
Okay, if you could do a piece of art for anyone in the world, who would it be?
Probably my great grandpa.
Sick.
Before he passed away, he's like, "Hey, can you paint me?"
Wow.
And I didn't get to do it because I was in university and I had so many exams. I was like 17 or 16 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, 17. I don't even remember. But it was I just had so many exams and like I couldn't do it that time. And he passed away and he didn't even get to have my artwork. So at his funeral, I actually painted him and I put it at his funeral. But I remember one of my uncles came to me. He's like, "Oh, you couldn't do it when he was alive. Now you're doing it now." I'm like, they always have some shit to say, man.
Oh my God, man.
I was so sad, but that was so traumatizing for me. So I feel like that's one person that I wish I could like paint and like give it to him. You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think you still did right by him by doing it at his funeral.
Yeah.
What's one skill you still want to master?
Chess.
Chess.
I started playing chess when I was 4, and I haven't played in 13 years. So it is something I wish I could pick up again, but I have no time. But in Sri Lanka, I was 4 years straight champion in chess. Yeah.
Shit. Chess is like, you know, they say it's like the game of life. Like, you know, like
it is. It's
you
strategy,
know how to master,
right?
Yeah, strategy.
Yeah, it's good for your brain, for logical thinking. And my dad taught me when I was 4, so it is something that I always played when I was back home.
Which country do you think has the best art?
India.
Wow.
Yeah, if you see the architecture in temples and stuff, it's crazy. They're built like thousands of years ago. And like the way, like for example, the Kailash, Ellora caves they call it. It's a big mountain. They like carved into a mountain and built that temple. Damn. It's one big rock. and it's crazy. They have like the whole story of Ramayana and everything like sculpted into that rock.
I don't know how they were doing that back then. Like how
People are saying it's alien technology.
that's like the pyramids though too.
Yeah,
they say the
and
same
like,
thing.
and like some people say it's the frequency. Then
Yeah.
when they chant certain things with the frequency of sound, the rocks move and like do crazy things.
I think there was a video. It's like you're not allowed to meditate around around the pyramids.
Oh,
There's something like that, like a kilometer radius or something. I could be completely wrong.
I believe it. And
So
just
don't
like
come
how
at
they
me.
say like it's illegal to communicate with dolphins.
True.
Did you know that?
No,
That's,
I didn't.
yeah. It's illegal if you search it up.
It's illegal to communicate with dolphins.
Yeah.
So if I see a dolphin,
Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to. They could charge you. They could put you in jail for that.
what?
Because they hold the wisdom. Yeah, literally they hold the wisdom for like Atlantis and all these things. If you Google it right now, you can
This
see
is
it.
insane.
Yeah, even NASA, they did a research with dolphins, and they had this one dolphin interact with this female, and they injected the dolphin with LSD.
Okay.
Crazy shit. And
To
the
do
dolphin,
what?
they were just like
Just
checking to
testing
see if it has the capacity of like understanding a human, and it fell in love with the girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like eventually it got depressed and killed itself.
Stop.
Yeah, and after that they stopped the research and they made it illegal to communicate with dolphins because they clearly learned a lot more than what they released. So
For sure.
yeah, so it was just some crazy things. Yeah.
So-
Recently on TikTok, I saw this video.
Crazy.
This guy, he came out and like they arrested him, by the way, and he said like these bunch of dolphins, they kidnapped him and they took him underwater to build an underwater like
No way. Stop.
yeah
this.
building or something.
They arrested the guy.
Yeah, he came out after like few days from underwater, and the dolphins were using their like the air thing that
Yeah.
comes out of them, to like make sure he can breathe underwater, and he built the system for them, like
Oh my.
the structure
You're gonna get
underwater.
me in a dolphin rabbit
Yeah,
hole. I'm
and
gonna
he-
go on YouTube after this.
It's crazy, like and why did they charge him? Why did they take him to jail? Like,
Yeah. Why?
like what does he know?
I
Like,
have
you
no
know what I
idea.
mean? Like, is it because it's illegal? Why is it illegal?
So is it a? Oh my god! Is this like a? Is it illegal worldwide? Like
yeah,
across
it's
the
like
world?
you can't communicate with them anywhere.
This is insane.
And they also use 40% of brain capacity. So
Dolphins.
yes, we only use like 5 to 10% humans. So
Well, I knew dolphins were smart. Yeah,
they talk in frequency. So they were also the same beings that were there during Atlantis time. So they're very ancient. They hold knowledge to like things, right?
They look pretty ancient too. Like when
yeah,
you look
and
at
like if you look at the baby dolphin, they looks like the fetus from like human fetus. Like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
fuck. You threw a curveball at that.
Yeah.
We might have to do an episode just on dolphins
And
after this.
conspiracy, yeah. I think the conspiracy, the whole thing is like they just made that term so people don't believe these things.
Listen,
but-
conspiracies are just are things that come true in 6 months. And
yeah,
12
exactly.
Months, you know?
It's crazy.
Even orcas, even killer whales.
Yeah.
They're so
smart. Yeah.
You see how they hunt and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, in Avatar, they talk about these whales too. In Avatar 2,
Yeah.
yeah, they talk about like they have this nectar in them, and like if they take that, they hunt the mother whales down, and they take the nectar. It's like human lifespan could like explode, right? So there's a lot of things that we don't know, and they know, and they don't tell us. So it's like, I feel like the more you dive in, the more you realize like we just know this much, right?
It's crazy. I was talking to someone like a couple weeks ago, and they're like, we're talking about conspiracies and stuff, and the one thing she was saying was like the most unknown things to us are in the oceans and the seas.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Like NASA used to do like research underwater. They stopped everything, like for a reason, and they apparently do it in the sky. But I don't believe anything anymore.
I don't believe nothing. I don't believe anything.
don't
I actually
believe
believe
anything.
that you can't talk to dolphins, though. I believe that.
Yeah, you should probably try it.
I'm gonna go to jail, guys. Don't. If you
If
see
they
a
catch
dolphin-
you, just don't get caught.
But how about like a marine land? Like, you know how they have dolphins and shit?
Yeah. But they have you watching closely. They
True.
don't let you interact more than like 10 minutes. Like you're there, you touch them, that's it. You don't get to like sit
That's
there and talk to them.
That's it. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you Google it, you see it. It's insane.
No, now I'm gonna literally spend my whole evening figuring out what's going on with the dolphins. That's crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
I can't even my next questions are all just, it won't even matter because I'm thinking about dolphins right now. Do you regret anything about your journey so far?
Not really. No.
No.
Everything I learned, I'm so grateful I did. Everything happened the way it did. Because I got to learn from it, and like I got to improve and make different decisions in life. So.
What do you want people to feel when they see your art?
I want them to see what they want to see, right? Like I could have a whole different meaning for the artwork, but I want them to think on their own. If they see a painting, I want them to have their own perception of it and make of it, you know? So something that I just want them to think. That's what I want.
Okay. And our famous question, does money buy happiness?
It does. It buys freedom. So I feel like freedom buys happiness, and money also buys you time. So time means you get to spend more time with your family or anything that you want to do. So definitely money buys happiness. Even it doesn't directly buy it, but indirectly buys you happiness.
Yeah. For you, it buys you more freedom.
Yeah, freedom is happiness. So yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Listen, if I sold all my my collection on NFTs in 3 hours, money would buy happiness for me too. So I might have to make a collection. We might collab.
But you know the thing with money, it's never enough. You know, you just keep going. So.
Is that something that you're feeling though? Like, do you feel like you're in a constant race to make more money now that you're making it?
I think it's I don't chase money like that anymore. Like it's just like I just want freedom. Right? I want more time. You know, like more time just doing whatever I want to do. I don't want to be doing something just because, oh my God, I have to make money today, you know? So that freedom is what I'm chasing now. And yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You know, let us know in the comments if I got to do a dolphin episode. We might have to. No, I appreciate it. You're killing it.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep growing. Yeah, I mean, I think I started following you. Maybe you had 50,000, 100,000 followers.
That's crazy.
So it's been crazy watching your growth. It's been very inspiring.
Thank you.
So keep going. Don't stop. And we'll see you back for part 2 in a couple of years.
Sounds good. I'll see you soon.
Okay, guys, bye.